And this is the first of 9 dark roast and deep conversations. And the intention of all of this is to offer you a few practices that you can have with you in days that are challenging or where you're uncertain or you're not sure what's next. And, you know, I'm an author of a book called A New Path. I'm a founder of a business by the same name. And I have been native to the liminal space, the between what was and what's next, pretty much my whole life. I could go more into that. But let's just suffice it to say, I have experience both as a human, as a professional with this, but also as somebody who's come of age as like the what was isn't working and it's falling apart, and what will be hasn't yet formed. And so literally all of my maturation has been in systems that were in the in between. And so these 9 weeks are sharing with you practices that I have developed or found places that have helped me. And also, they help the people that I serve. So, today we're going to focus on coming in and down, cultivating awareness. And we're going to start with a self brain spotting practice. We may also be visited by my lovely cat, Leo. So if you are watching this and you are someplace that it is safe and secure enough for you to do this practice with us, I invite you to do that. And if not, you can just fast forward or come back to this when you are. So we're going to find a spot in our body that feels good. Oh, I told you I thought we would likely be joined by cats. So this is Coley. Cole is my lovely, fantastic co-practitioner. He likes to come to sessions sometimes, and it seems like today he's exploring in ways he doesn't usually do, and his brother Leo is to the side. So sometimes when we're getting ready to do all of the things that we're going to do, the practices, this is what happens, right? Cole just gave us an example of the outside world. And so we attended to Cole, and now we're going to come back. So just come into this space and allow yourself to really notice your body. There's Leo, Cole's brother. And feel your body in the chair. I can't believe this. This is really hilarious. Hi, guys. So in my bio, it says we're stopping this right now because this is ridiculous. They aren't usually quite this into things as they are today. Usually they're sitting on my lap, but I think they want to. I think they want to be part of this whole episode here today. Anyway, my little bio says I'm a lover of dark roast, deep conversations, and black cats. So here you go. Anyway, we are going to get back to the self brain spotting now. All right, friends, just take a moment. We're going to come in and down. What you want to do is allow your body to feel the support of whatever you're sitting on, if that's a chair or a sofa, your bed. I invite you to plant both feet on the floor so that you can feel the soles. And if you want to turn away from the screen for this, that makes good sense to me, because we're going to kind of take a moment and go inside and just scan in our body where feels grounded or peaceful, settled, open, good, neutral. Just notice it could be your head, or your chest, your stomach, your legs, your feet. Just allow yourself to really feel into that spot. And you're going to notice my eyes are going to shift off of the screen because I'm doing this practice with you. Just take a moment and notice this sensation. And if your eyes are closed, just take a moment and notice where your eyeballs are focusing. And again, you'll see that mine are not on the screen because my body resource spot is up and to the right. The spot that you're focusing on likely connects to the sensation in your body that feels grounded or calm or open, good. And this is a resource for you. And so we're just going to breathe in this spot together. As you do this, you might notice that your mind starts to wander, or you actually start to have different emotions happening. That's okay. That makes sense. In fact, that's the process of allowing yourself to come in and down and notice what's there. Just bring your mind and body and eye gaze back to that original spot. Just gently invite it back. On your next breath, we're going to shift back into this space and this time and our connection together. You can come back at your own pace and shift and move. And some people like to shake it out, move a little bit, let out a deep breath, move a little. I'm going to bring my feet up here because I like to do that. I'm going to take a sip of my dark roast. So that is a modified version of self-spotting with body resourcing. When I use it with myself, I like to go a little deeper and actually allow myself to feel those waves and notice those thoughts, because I know for myself that's a way that my body processes the body sensations, the thoughts that I'm thinking, and the emotions and feelings that I'm having at that time. And so, why am I talking about that right now? I'm talking about that right now because cultivating awareness, we're coming in and down as Deidre Fay. She's the author of a book called Becoming Safely Embodied. And she talks a lot and writes a lot about how healing begins and that growth begins when we come in and down and notice what's happening with ourselves. That the beginning, I say to people, is awareness. And in a world that is so busy and so loud and calling for so much of our attention, it can be really easy to be more aware of what's happening out there than it is of being aware of what's happening in here. And then, if you're like me, when you come in and down and you have the things happening, it can be easy to want to fix, solve, suppress, avoid the things that are happening in here. And so, self brain spotting with body resourcing is a way that we can build a little supportive container and come in and down and notice. And the goal, what we're intending to do, isn't actually to fix or solve anything. It's actually to simply become aware, to notice our body sensations, our thoughts, and our emotions. So, to give you a little example, when I did this before we went live today, I was coming in and down, and I had so much going on. I was nervous about coming on here and doing this. And so I felt kind of spinning and churning in my belly. And I felt emotion wise, I realized I had nervousness, I had fear, I had anticipation, and my thinking was actually off and running to actually something related to that. I did the little impromptu live about a couple weeks ago with an estate tax thing and what happens about we're leaving for vacation. What happens with that? Oh, I have a really busy day. I'm coming on here to do this. How much of a script do I use and how much of blah, 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 blah. I mean, my thoughts were like, so that process of coming in and down allowed me to differentiate between my sensations, my emotions, and my thoughts, and to kind of recognize them. And then I do a little bit of journaling with this because that's something that helps me. Notice I'm talking really little things. So, this practice, we've been on 11 minutes, and that's including with the cat stuff. So, you could actually take about 5 to 10 minutes a day to do what Deb Dana calls home play, right? Not homework, but kind of engaging with a more curious and playful spirit. You know, a self spotting practice, if that works for you, or any other way, just a journal. What are you thinking? What sensations are in your body? And what feelings or emotions are there? That's it. Just becoming aware of that. You don't have to do anything with them, just notice them. Just write them down. Call them by name. And you may find, and there is no shade if this happens, that as you start to do this, you recognize that one of these three, or two of these three, or all three of these three, you're actually like, I don't even know. That's okay too. Just spending the time pausing and doing this helps. And just write down your first thing if there is a thing. Many people find that one of the three is easier for them to begin identifying, so go with that one. Say your thoughts, write down your thoughts. Say your body sensations, go with that, or your feelings. This is for you to do with you. I invite you to adapt, not adopt what I'm talking about, right? What I'm offering is an offering. It's an invitation for you to take something that I've seen and then play with it to make it your own. And so, friends, we are coming to the end of Dark Roast and Deep Conversations for today. I'm going to actually end us with reading a poem by poet David White called Coming In and Coming Down. And I am going to read that because getting his words matter. They're his. Start close in. Don't take the second step or the third. Start with the first thing close in, the step you don't want to take. Start with the ground you know, the pale ground beneath your feet, your own way to begin the conversation. Start with your own question. Give up on other people's questions. Don't let them smother something simple. To hear another's voice, follow your own voice. Wait until that voice becomes an intimate, private ear that can really listen to another. Start right now. Take a small step you can call your own. Don't follow someone else's heroics. Be humble and focused. Start close in. Don't mistake the other for your own. Start close in. Don't take the second or the third. Start with the first thing, close in, the step you don't want to take. So friends, may you start close in. May you know that if a poet is saying, start close in, take the step you don't want to take, that part of the human condition means we want to go to step 2, and we often don't want to take the first step. And we often want to listen to others more and before we listen to ourselves. Right? We're humans. Next week, we're going to take this practice of coming in and down and cultivating awareness, and we're going to take that and take a second step by becoming aware of what fills us and renews us and what depletes us. Until then, may your coffee be rich and deep and dark, if you like it that way. May your conversations be nourishing and sustaining with yourself and others. And may you give yourself permission to be 100% human. Below here, you will find links to the people that I've referenced today. Also, if you like the Brainspotting and want to take it a little further, I have a freebie download there that you can download that takes you on a little bit more in depth of a practice. Feel free to adopt that. And until next time, it has been lovely being with you. Blessings, peace, and namaste.